Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam wabarakatuh.
Yeah. Please, before we start our lesson, who can help me? Maybe Dennis. Yeah, Dennis, please help me, Dennis.
Ya, Miss. Sorry, dari suara kecil banget, Miss. Oke, sebelum mulai pelajaran, ada baiknya kita mulai dengan berdoa terlebih dahulu. Berdoa dimulai. Berdoa dicoba.
Okay. Today there is 3 more students still not here, right? 3 more students. Okay, Putri, Hadi. Who's not here? Do you know? Can you help me? Okay, 3 students. And then don't forget to fill in with your attendance in E8, ya guys. And then before we start our lesson, I'm going to ask what's your mood at the moment. I know it's rainy. It's good to sleep, right? But yeah, so how do you feel at the moment? What's your mood at the moment? Adinda still okay? Faris also? Nice then, because this is nice to sleep, right? So most of you are, I hope it's really, yeah. Thank you guys. And then, before we start our lesson, I want to have a game. Do you know the name of the game Where in the World Is? Anybody knows or played this game before? Where in the World Is? You don't know, you never know this one. Okay, so Where in the World is like this. You in your Zoom, the position of your friend probably, yeah, most of course different with mine. So for example, Nadira's position, Nadira IPS, yeah, the position is on my left, upper left. It's on the left, so that's, I pointed there. So where in the world is, so I will later mention one name, and then you will point the position based on your screen. Is that understood? And then after I finish, whenever I mention one name, and then the next student that mentioned will also ask where in the world is blah blah blah. Is that understood? Until we finish all. Okay, any question with this one? Jadi nanti saya bilang where in the world is Nadira. So you just point it. Can you give an example? Okay, like Dennis point it there. There-nya Dennis ya. Okay, so you just point according to your screen. Okay, ngerti ya? Di mana Nadira? So just point it. Is it up? Is it down? The right or on the left? So you just based on your screen. Okay. So where in the world is Yuri? Okay, Yuri, continue.
Miss, maaf, I think Tiffany raised her hand.
Tiffany, is there a question, Tiffany?
Yes, Miss. So what about us who cannot on cam?
It's okay. Later, if you can on cam, so you just don't choose Tiffany, okay? And Adit not yet. Maybe you have a problem, but I hope it will be soon have the screen, the camera on. Okay, next then Yuri. Continue, Yuri. Any friend?
The world is Dennis.
I cannot find Dennis. Dennis, yes. Okay, continue. Dennis, now your turn. Where in the world is
Where in the world is Fahri?
Fahri. Fahri. Okay, continue Fahri.
Where in the world is Ella?
Ella. Where's Ella? Okay, next Ella.
Where in the world is Diva?
Diva. Okay, next Diva.
Where in the world is Cynthia?
Okay, Cynthia.
Where in the world is Nadira?
Nadira. Next Nadira.
Where in the world is Jovita?
Jovita. Where's Jovita? Oh. Okay, next Jovita.
Where in the world is Putih?
Putih. Okay,
Where in the world is Adinda?
Adinda. 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 Oh, yeah. Okay, next Adinda.
Where in the world is Aisha?
Aisha. Aisha, I don't see Aisha. Okay, I should. Oh, Aisha. Okay, next.
Where in the world is Carolina?
Oh, no. Next. Carolina.
I think it's all the students, Miss.
Excuse me?
I think we have chosen all the students
Oh,
here.
yeah. Fahri, Dennis, Jovita. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good then. Excellent. Now we move on to the... Wait, I open my... I want to share screen as usual. Okay, so is it visible? Can you see it?
Yes, Miss.
Yes.
Yes, Miss.
So we move on to the third meeting. So the first one, we are going to review our second meeting. So do you still remember what we did the last meeting 2 weeks ago? Anybody can help? Anybody? Do you still remember? Faris raise hand.
Yes, Miss. Last week we learned how to write a report text.
Last meeting was you were making the report text in groups. Yeah, it was in breakout room, yeah. Okay, so remember then, that's good. Next, we continue. So remember. So we are still having the same actually. Kompetensi dasarnya membedakan fungsi sosial, struktur teks, dan unsur kebahasan beberapa teks, report, lisan. Terus juga ada teks reportnya nanti yang menangkap makna secara kontekstual. Terus juga menyusun teks nanti setelah menyusun teks nanti akan fokus kepada membuat videonya ya. Terus tujuan pembelajarannya di sini fungsi sosial, menganalisis struktur, kunci, membuat teks report. Jadi ini yang memang tujuan pembelajaran untuk report teks gitu. And next tipsnya jangan lupa. Jadi kalau tentang report text itu consists of text structure which are general classification and description. Jadi masih ingat ya, kita butuh general classification dan description. Jadi kemarin itu kalian ada making details, ada 1, 2, 3 details, and then the purpose or the social function is of course to convey information of the observation and systematic analysis in the text. Jadi pastinya memberikan informasi gitu ya. Oke, itu hanya sekilas aja, mengulang kembali. Ada pertanyaan nggak yang mungkin masih agak-agak lupa nih about report? Do you have any questions sejauh ini yang kita sudah pelajari? Nggak ada ya? No difficulties? Okay, that's good then. So we move on to our presentation ya, group presentation. Satu grup aja deh atau mungkin dua, nanti kita lihat siapa duluan yang mau untuk presentasi. Nanti saya stop share stop dulu, stop sharing. Okay, anybody would like to have
Group
presentation?
Miss.
Yes. Cynthia, what is
Group
it?
2 would like to present.
Okay. You can share screen, right? Wait. Now let's ini dulu sebentar. Share screen, multiple participant. Okay.
Sudah terlihat belum, Miss?
Yes.
So can we begin, Miss?
Yes. You
Okay.
shall. You may. You can.
So hello everybody. I am Faris Fauzi from Group 2, and today we will be presenting our report text about fish. Next slide, please. Our thoughts on why we chose the topic fish. We chose fish as our topic because there are so many kinds of fish, not just in seawater, but different bodies of water. It is a fascinating topic as almost every kind of fish is different.
Is Tiffany here?
Yes. Okay. For the general information, fish are aquatic vertebrate animals that use gills as their way of breathing. We always see fish in our daily lives, be it in the market as a source of food, at a local pond, or even at your friend's house as a pet. Okay. Uh, for the first detail is most fish are cold-blooded, in which they rely on their environment to regulate their temperature. When winter comes and the water becomes colder, the fish who are ectothermic migrate to warmer water. In Japan, there is this one season where their country is in the way of the fish's migration route. It doesn't concern the fish because the warm current just passes in Japan's area. For the next slide will be continued by my friend Cynthia.
Sorry, Tiffany. Correction. The next slide will be read by Fahri.
Okay, thank you. So for the second detail, fish has a respiration system that has two types. The first type is having gills as a respiratory system. Fish exchange gases by inserting water filled with oxygen through their mouth, and they pump them through their gills. The second type are the type of fish that use air breathing. Fish of different kinds can go out of water for an extended period of time. Can absorb oxygen through their skin directly. Some can absorb oxygen through their digestive tracts. Yeah, so that's all from us for the report text about fish. Thank you.
Okay. And the other students, would you like to ask questions to them? Or probably this group will ask questions to the other concerning about probably about the structure, about the function, about the language characteristics. You may ask the question to the other friends. Okay. Any questions from Cynthia, Farid, Putri, or Adit? Any questions from you? Or maybe the other? You have listened to their presentation. Do you have any questions? Do you want to ask questions to them? Okay, Dennis. Dennis has raised hand. What's your question, Dennis?
Okay, my question is, how do fish reproduce?
Anybody would like to answer?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Excuse me, Tiffany?
Sorry, Miss. Dennis, can you repeat your question?
Okay, Dennis, repeat the question, please.
Yeah, my question is, how do fish reproduce?
Can you listen to that, Tiffany?
I would like to help answer.
Okay, Cynthia.
Nearly all fish are produced by sexual reproduction, and they mostly lay their eggs, but some fish also reproduce by giving live birth.
Okay. Okay, so I think enough. Only one group presenting. Now we move on to the breakout room. You still remember your group, right? Because I have shared in my group. So you just enter your own breakout room. What you are going to do, you are going to make the video explaining what you have already written. So you put those writing into speaking. Do you have any questions for this before you go to your breakout room? You may use any application that you like or comfortable with. You can use prezi.com or the other, or just use the video on your phone. It's okay. So I give you 25 minutes to do this, 20 to 25 minutes, or later just whenever I think it's enough time, or you are ready with that, we just call it, we just move back to our main room. Okay, questions for this one?
Yes, miss. Excuse me.
Yes, Faris?
Is there a minimal time for the video?
20 minutes.
No, the video itself, I mean.
As long as you clearly give the information about your topic, it doesn't have to be a very long one. It depends on your writing. I think it's not more than 5 minutes. I think it's, yeah, 5 minutes is the maximum.
Okay, thank you, miss.
Okay. Any other questions? Nggak ya? So you can go on to your breakout rooms. Ada yang having difficulties? Ada yang nggak bisa ke breakout rooms-nya? Yang grup 1 Putih, Adit, Nadira, Alicia, Nadira ya. Diva berarti, Diva sama Nadira. Terus grup 2 Cynthia, Faris, Tiffany, sama Fahri. Grup 3 Dennis, Samuela, Jovita, Dani. Dan yang keempat Carolina, Yori, Nova, Aisyah. Yori bisa pindah? Bisa. Carolina bisa pindah? Ya. Bu Rusti dengan Pak Aswir saya pindahkan ya. Pindahkan ke 1 dulu saja mungkin ya Pak.
Oke.
Ini juga ke 1. Yeah, you may start your maybe discussion to make the video. Just ignore us. Okay, guys, are you planning to make something? Anyone would like to share? Anybody? Putih, Diva, Alicia, Nadira, Adit.
Yes, Miss.
Saya izin share screen buat itunya.
Boleh, boleh. Jangan
Bagi-bagi.
khawatir kalau kalian diskusi, mikrofonnya dibuka semua nggak masalah ya, karena biar kita dengar juga kalian diskusi ya teman-teman.
Oke.
Bisa share screen ya Nadira? Ya, oke.
Bisa. Udah kelihatan belum?
Sudah.
Oke, ini kita mau bagi-baginya gimana?
Ada berapa page?
Ada yang ininya 4 doang sih topiknya.
Mau dibagi ada introduction, habis itu 4 lainnya just detail 1 sampai 4 maybe.
Boleh. Yang mau introduction siapa?
Maybe Nadira you can.
Oke. Ini our thoughts ada yang mau atau general information?
Aku our thoughts boleh.
Oke. Terus ini
Aku general information.
detail 1 sampai detail 3 mau gimana baginya?
Alicia Naura,
Iya.
would you like?
Detail 2 banyak.
Detail 2 ini.
Detail 1 sampai detail 2.
Oke, berarti detail 3 Adit ya. Sama mau bikin video pakai biasa aja kan, terus yang edit siapa?
Slide-nya harus visible nggak di video?
I think just give clue, guys, because if it is you put all the words there, it will be so crowded. So just if you want to put some word, it's better to have the point to guide you when you want to make the sentences, or just make it nice for everybody to see. Okay, sorry ya, misalnya join sedikit.
Oke, thank you, Miss.
Rekam satu-satu aja nanti gue edit. Guys, kalian bisa rekam satu-satu kan ya? Okay. I'll edit it later.
Ini lagi rekaman ya? Oke.
Yes.
Kita pindah saja ke room 3 ya Pak Asir lurus nih. Teman-teman yang di grup 3 ini lagi rekaman semua ya?
Iya,
Yes, Miss.
On cam boleh nggak karena lagi direkam di sini? Ya. Jadi kalian pakai aplikasi yang apa?
Kalau kami record satu-satu, Miss, terus habis itu kayak digabungin gitu.
Oke. Oke, jadi udah dibagi ya, bagi bagiannya ya, apa?
Ya, Miss.
Apa semua partnya siapa yang dapat apa gitu ya? Oke. Boleh on ya di sini teman-teman bertiga sedang rekaman kah? Boleh on cam sebentar?
Iya, Bu, sedang rekaman.
Sorry ya, kok ini ya rekaman keganggu jadinya ya. Ya on cam aja nggak apa-apa ya, biar soalnya sedang direkam. Ya kalian boleh lanjutkan.
Okay, thank you, Miss Al.
Thank you, Miss.
Have you finished recording?
Yes, Miss.
So,
yes.
so you are now you are now editing your video. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
Okay. How long are you going to be ready?
I think about 10 minutes, Miss.
Okay, it's okay. You still have time.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Kalian recording tadi udah nanya belum kan? Recording sudah selesai?
Iya lagi edit, Miss.
Oke. Kira-kira how long will you be ready?
I'll try to be as fast as I can.
Oke. Karena waktunya 5 menit lagi deh paling lama ya. Harusnya 19. Berarti 5 menit lagi ya teman-teman ya. 5 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Teman-teman, waktunya 4 menit lagi ya.
Oke, Miss.
Good luck.
Thank you, Miss.
Oke, teman-teman, waktunya 4 menit lagi ya. Setelah itu breakout-nya misalnya tutup.
Baik, Miss.
Oke. Teman-teman, waktunya 3 menit lagi ya. Semoga videonya sudah hampir selesai. Breakout room-nya nanti misalnya mau tutup.
Oke, Miss. Baik, Miss.
Okay, 2 more minutes ya, guys. Okay, everyone is here. So can you turn on your camera now? Okay, group 1 will be the coffee maker, yeah. The second fish. The third one, what is it? Group 3. What is your topic, group 3? Excuse me, group 3. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss.
Group 3 is? What is?
Artificial intelligence, Miss.
Okay. And then the last handphone. Okay, who will be the first to share the video? Okay, please share the video. Any group? Okay. Anyone? Any group? Ready with the video, please?
Group 1 is ready with the video.
Okay, okay. Please, group 1. And later, group 1. Okay, so group 2, please give comment later on their fluency, coherence, grammar accuracy, and then also their video. Okay, guys?
Is my share screen?
Yes, we
Okay.
can see it.
Sorry Miss, izin tanya.
Yes, Cynthia.
Hello.
Tadi yang dinilai grammar fluency and what, Miss?
Fluency coherence itu sama ya, satu fluency coherence, and then grammar and accuracy. Terus the topic itself.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Everyone, we're from group 1 and today we're going to talk about coffee maker. Our thought, why we chose this topic. We chose coffee maker as our topic because we thought that coffee maker is an interesting object with a lot of great features that we can explore.
General information. Most people who rely on caffeine for little injection of enthusiasm into their bodies usually have breakfast with a cup of coffee. Made by a coffee maker, maybe you also make coffee using this tool and immediately down the contents of your cup. But have you ever wondered what happened inside the machine, how it works, and what part it contains? Today we will take a look at the inside of coffee maker so that you know what actually happens inside the machine when you make coffee.
Detail 1. A modern coffee machine also turned out to be just a simple machine. Manufacturers have spent more than 30 years perfecting their designs, so now you can find a coffee maker machine assembly, which is quite simple if you look inside the machine. For hundreds of years, people make coffee by roasting and grounding coffee beans. In 1898, the infusion brewing process was introduced in France. There were many innovations from France in the late 18th century. With help from Jean-Baptiste de Beloy, the Archbishop of Paris, the idea that coffee should not be boiled gained acceptance. The first modern method for making coffee using a coffee filter is more than 135 years old. Detail 2. When you remove the top corner of the engine, you'll find the following three things: a reservoir or tank, that functions to store water and needs to be refilled periodically for the next coffee making process. A wide tube that appears from the bottom of the reservoir, its function is to carry hot water up to the brewing area, and a shower head. The water that is drained by the wide tube will be spread out of the shower onto the surface of the coffee powder layer.
Detail 3. On the bottom of the engine, you will find an orange tube. The top picks up cold water coming from a hole in the reservoir. The bottom of this tube is a tube for hot water which is connected to a white tube at the top of the machine. There is also a heating component that consists of two parts, a heating section and a tube for the water to flow through. This heating element has two main functions, to heat water that is just producing electricity. When a cup of coffee is made, this heating element will keep the coffee grounds warm. Let's start the engine and see how it works. When you pour cold water, it will flow from the reservoir through a hole into the orange tube. Then the water will flow through the one-way channel into the aluminum tube and the heating element, which then rises to the white tube at the top. When you start the engine, the heating element will start heating the aluminum tube until finally the water in the tube boils. When the water finally boils, the water level will rise due to bubbles and will be pumped into the white tube. The water flowing through the white tube will be scattered into droplets for the waiting coffee grounds. Hot water flows through the layers of the ground coffee, carrying with them the coffee oil juice as they flow down into the coffee pots. Coffee oil, which is released during the roasting process of the coffee beans, is what is commonly called coffee oil.
Okay.
So that's it from our group. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you. So, group 2, give comment, please, about their recording.
Okay, Miss.
Yes,
I want to
Tarif.
give comments about the group one's video.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, the grammar is good or great, I think. So, excuse me, Miss, is there a limit to the score?
And you don't have to mention the score. You just give comment overall about
Oh,
their performance.
okay, Miss. The fluency, I thought like the first letter, the first part and so on is really good, but it kind of like lost its fluency at the last part, especially at detail 3. And the topic is interesting.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Now move on to the next group, please. Probably group 3 or 4. Your video, sharing the video. 3 or 4, please. Yes, anybody from 3 or 4 would like to share the video?
Group 3 would like to share, Miss.
Okay, Ella.
Wait ya, Miss. Saya lagi inin videonya bentar. I'm sorry, Miss, but may I join from my other device so I can share screen, Miss?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you, Miss. there any sound, Miss?
Yes, it's audible.
Okay.
Artificial intelligence, usually just referred to as AI, is the simulation of human intelligence in machines that are programmed to think and act like humans. AI can also be applied to any machine that exhibits traits linked with the human mind, such as learning and problem solving. AI is based on the principle that human intelligence can be defined in a way that a machine can easily mimic it and execute tasks, from the most simple to those that are even more complex. The goals of artificial intelligence include mimicking human cognitive activity. Researchers and developers in the field are making surprisingly rapid strides in mimicking activities such as learning, reasoning, and perception, to the extent that this can be completely defined.
Artificial intelligence is currently being used in finance and also healthcare. In the healthcare industry, AI is being tested and used for dosing drugs and different treatments in patients and for surgical procedures in the operating room. Whereas in the financial industry, it is used to detect and flag activity in banking and finance, such as unusual debit card usage and large account deposits, all of which help a bank's fraud department. Applications for AI are also being used to help streamline and make trading easier. This is done by making supply, demand, and pricing of securities easier to estimate.
The goals of artificial intelligence include learning, reasoning, and perception. In early days, artificial intelligence was used to develop reasoning and problem-solving skills. With AI, knowledge representation has become easy. Knowledge representation is representing information that a machine or computer can understand. Artificial planning helps agents sequence actions to perform to achieve goals. AI's main goal is to develop intelligent machines that could learn on their own. No more human intervention for feeding data to machines. With artificial intelligence, one can develop machines that can read and understand human languages known as natural learning processing. Thanks to natural learning processing, acquisition of knowledge became easy.
Artificial intelligence can be divided into two different categories. The first one is the weak one, the second one is the strong one. Weak AI tends to be simple and single task oriented, while strong AI carries on tasks that are more complex and human-like. Weak AI systems include video games and personal assistants such as Amazon's Alexa and Apple's Siri. Weak AI embodies a system designed to carry out one particular job. Strong AI systems are systems that carry on the tasks considered to be human-like because they are programmed to be handling situations in which they may require a problem to be solved without having a person to intervene in.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Now group 4, give comment, please. Group 4, please give comment about their performance. Yeah, Yori, yeah. Please, Yori.
So the comments for group 3, I think it's very good. As for the grammar is correct. There are no grammatical mistakes, I think. And as for the fluency, I think group 3 is very fluent in English, and I can understand the report very well.
Okay, thank you, Yori. So, since we don't have much time, I think only 2 representation today. So, before I close this one, I would like to ask questions first. Can you see this one? Can you see my screen sharing?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. So,
Yes, Miss.
yeah, we have finished with this one. Well done, guys. Thank you for the presentation. And now this is the end. What have you learned actually? Anybody would like to share? What have you learned today? Right. Okay. Anybody would like to? Okay, Cynthia. So what have we learned today, Cynthia?
Sebelumnya, am I bisa kedengar nggak, Miss?
Yes, of course. We can hear you.
Okay. My internet is pretty bad, so I'm sorry if my video is like lagging.
Yeah, it's okay.
What I learned is kan bikin presentasi and it helps us kerjasama with other classmates and discussing about reports with other classmates.
Okay. Maybe one other student would like to give comment that what you have learned today. Of course, teamwork ya. Di situ ada kerjasamanya, jadinya sharing parts, what you are going to say. Okay. What else? Any other would like to share opinion? Anybody would like to raise hand? What have you learned, guys? Anybody? Ada yang raise hand yang nggak misalnya lihat kah? Oke, nggak ada lagi nih yang lain. Satu lagi deh. Oke, Adinda ya.
Yes, Miss. Today I learned an additional information about technology like a coffee maker and such as AI. Also, I learned a bit about biological things like fish. I think that the one with fish is sort of funny and quite interesting. Other than that, I also conversed with my other classmates and it was quite fun, even though it is a bit hard to make the video in a short time.
Yeah, thank you guys. Even in a short time you can make this one, so I really appreciate this one. So I have to open Slido, but since we don't have time, jadi langsung aja. Do you have any questions for today's lesson? Do you have any questions? Do you have any difficulties? Probably you still don't understand about report. Anything about report that you would like to ask? Do you have any questions? Nadira, no. Cynthia, no. Anybody would like to ask questions? Fahri, no. Alicia, no question. Okay, no question. That's good. I hope. I hope you really understand this 3 last meeting in it with this one about report. So on a scale of 1 to 5, what's your feeling about today's lesson? So you can put it on this chat then. I hope it is useful, yeah, guys, even though you work so hard. Yeah, I really appreciate this one. So, on a scale of 1 to 5, yeah, makes it fun. Thank you, Cynthia. Okay, with explanation. Cynthia said the adrenaline makes it fun, yeah, because you rush in time to make this one. Most of you, 5. Thank you, guys. And then, yeah, the next meeting we are going to have proverbs and riddles. So probably some of you has already known this proverbs and riddle. So next time you are going to find out what new proverbs and riddles that you are going to know. Okay, before we finish our lesson, pray, Yuri, please lead the pray to close this activity today. Yuri?
Yes. Before we end our lesson, let us pray according to our religion and belief. Pray begins. Amen. Thank you.
Okay, teman-teman, thank you very much ya for helping me today. You work so hard making the not only the speaking, but yeah, of course you wrote something and then you make the video. So I really appreciate this one in a very short time. Thank you teman-teman ya. Semoga dimudahkan semua urusan kalian karena memudahkan saya di hari libur masih mau bantu saya. Thank you ya. You may leave the room and then say thank you to your parents because letting you to join my class today. I really appreciate this one. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Miss.
Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
everyone.
Thank you, Miss.
See you next time.